Okay, so got pulled away for a little bit, so let's get back to it. Is California. So they have this primary that the top two vote getters are going to be on the ballot against each other. There are two MAGA Republicans on the ballot. There are eight Democrats on the ballot now. The Democratic leader, the Democratic Party leader in California, sent a letter out saying, guys, look, if you don't have a path to win, please get off the ballot. Well, they didn't. So we have 8 on the ballot. Now, they can drop out by April 15th. Do I have that written down? Yeah, they can drop out by I don't know. Hang on. Okay, so there was something about last Friday that they had to, or this Friday, that if they dropped out, then they wouldn't be on the ballot. But if they didn't, then they're going to be on the ballot, but they could still drop out, but still people may vote for them, which will pull a couple of votes away. So you got Katie Porter, you got Eric Swalwell, you've got Tom Steyer jumped in at the last moment. He's a billionaire, so he's dumping a ton of money in. You've got some good names in there, but there's too many. So let's just take a look. Personally, and maybe it's just me being hopium, is California going to have 2 Republicans on the final ballot? Are the Democrats going to have a choice? Well, that's not the right. Hang on. Will a Democratic candidate be on the ballot for November? Will a Democratic candidate be on the ballot for November's midterms when we're voting for a new governor? Will a Democrat be on the ballot? 3 cards. That's kind of a yes-no question. Will a Democrat be on the ballot? 3 cards. It's giving us nightmares. Yikes. Yes, it is. Good. Thank you. I say yes. Okay. Let me drop this down. Let me cover up. Come on. Put that up there. Thank you. So what we got, 3 cards. We have It's Scary as Hell. We have the Star of Hope. Yay, yay, yay. And then we have the 9 of Coins. So we get through, but it's like not out in the open. But in this card, it kind of is. It doesn't feel like she's in this secluded garden. It feels open. So yeah, I think that there's going to be a lot of money spent on it. I'm not seeing Tom Steyer, or not saying Tom Steyer specifically, but it just feels like there's going to be a lot of money thrown at it. But yeah, we have the best of democracy in there, right there. Yay, 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 yay. Okay, so what about... are we going to have a Republican representative? Is there going to be a Republican representative on the November ballot, for the November ballot? Yeah, on the November ballot for governor. Is there going to be... And that's what I got. Okay, thank you. That's what I got with the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, that felt like it would be a Republican-ish card. Will there be a Republican on the ballot? 3 cards. I get a yes. I get MAGA. And I get the King of Coins. So I get yes. Okay. Very good. Let's see. So it's going to be a Democrat and a Republican. I'm good with that. I'm not good with the Republican winning, though, because he's really MAGA. One guy's a sheriff, and he's taking ballots from Riverside County, trying to overthrow the vote when we said yes, we can redistrict, we can change the districts, change our voting. Anyway, moving on. Got to get to your questions too before I get going. Gosh dang, Kegseth fired an army general. What the hell? That's so crazy. We're in a war and he's firing generals? The head of the army? What the hell's the matter with him? Okay, well, we won't go into that. The economy jobs report came out. Didn't make any sense to me. It said we gained 170,000 jobs. So double check that, because I may not be sure on the exact number. But it doesn't feel like we're hiring anybody. We're losing a lot of jobs with these high oil prices. So, anyway, that just doesn't make sense. Trump put out his new budget. I had not really gone into it, just a headline. He's asking for $1.7 trillion in defense and cuts social expenditures. Wow. So the budget director, Russell Vought, said, well, Trump promised. Are we going with what Trump promised? Release the Epstein files? Okay, he promised that too, right? No new wars, he promised that too. So why are you talking about what Trump says as he promised he would do this? He promised to reinvest in America's national security infrastructure. Yeah, but he's using all... foolish. Okay. And Trump says it's not possible to pay for Medicaid and Medicare and daycare when we're fighting a war. Why are we fighting the war? You promised no new wars. Okay. All right. Tiger Woods. You remember he got arrested for DUI this last week? Do you remember who his girlfriend is? I forgot. I didn't know. Vanessa Trump. And you may go, who is that? That is Junior's ex-wife. Oh my God. Oh, good Lord. Speaking of boobification, got a whole bunch of... Never mind. I'm going to get in trouble. I'm getting in trouble. Psychic Duck is screaming at me. Don't go there, Danny. I know. Thank you for keeping me on track. In the pond. All right, let's get to your questions because they was good. Okay, and this type is so little. I'd love to get this bigger. I don't know how to. Hang on. Mumbling. Danny, you're mumbling. Could you please read, this is from Nancy, on the impact to whales and turtles striking down the Endangered Species Act in the Gulf of Mexico? Well, I don't think it's just the Gulf of Mexico, but it's all over. How we get our energy and how we have no regard for other species on the planet. So the huge issue there is that we as a species have lost our connection to everything. So when we look at, the EPA guy, and who may be our next Attorney General, when he says, we're going to drill, baby, drill, we really have to look at ourselves too to see what are we doing to maintain this balance that everything is related, because we just can't put it on them. We got to also take a look at ourselves and what we do. I'm looking at myself. I got my 9 Lamborghinis out there, so I'm like, oh, really? Yeah, and I do. Okay, in reality, I have my van, my home on wheels, and I go, is that the best use of? Probably not. But I wrestle with that. So, let's just look at what the whales, because whales have such a cosmic connection with things. And I am going to use my sci-fi tarot with this, because they have such a cosmic connection with the water, as do turtles. Turtles, to me, and this is something that we can do, drop into a journey to swim with turtles and what they bring. To me, they are more earth-based, where whales are more cosmically aligned. Not to say turtles aren't, but when I think of what they do, they dig into the ground and they drop their eggs into the sand. And I just think, they're dropping information into healing information, newness into Mother Earth. Fortunately, they do it a lot in Florida. You would think, hey, I remember listening to, who was that guy, the podcaster, Limbaugh, and he had a house down in Florida on the beach, and he was bitching about how some Floridians were asking him, or they had a law that you had to turn off your lights, your beach lights, during turtle laying egg season, and he was all upset. Wah. The party of whiners. That's what they've become. Party of whiners. Okay. Let's look at whales. 6 cards with whales. Let's drop this down and see what we get. 6 cards with whales. All right, if you want to be in the picture, 6 cards with whales. What do you think? 10 of Swords. Yikes. Getting stabbed in the back. They're not liking what we're doing. The challenge, what they're bringing, is the Queen of Pentacles. Ancient aliens. The secrets of the pharaohs. Ancient aliens. Yes, you are. Yes, you guys are. 7 of Swords. We're stealing things from them. In the past, they brought us a balance. They gave, we gave. It was a balance of information, of resources. At the top of the reading is the Ace of Cups. Our future begins now. Yeah. What are they sending out to to the galactic realm that we need help with. The Hanged Man, abused, scorned, and forsaken. Was he a madman or a prophet? The Hanged Man. The whales, they've been abused, they've been forsaken. Some are saying, oh, the whales are attacking ships and things, well, windmills and whatever, right? Yeah, because they've been abused. So I'm going to keep going with this, and I'm going to ask, what is the future message that whale is sending out to us? What is the future message? What is this? This is Journey into the Unknown. Oh, the Suit of Wands. So it's 3 of Wands. Where are you going? What are you doing? What's for lunch? Standing on the edge of the ocean, looking at messages from the sky from whale songs. The 6 of Swords. Moving on. Fear a star, flees space station. In a search for answers. 6 of Swords, moving on to calmer waters. The hopes and fears is that a new day dawns. That's what the whales are asking us. And what they're bringing forth, balance, temperance. So on the earthly plane, it's tough. It's abused, scorned, forsaken. They are ancient aliens. They've been robbed of things, their environment, their home. They want to go back to the past to fix this so that they can have... This 6 of Pentacles is so much like the Temperance card, giving and receiving, having a balance of things. And so as I said, in the first part of this video was that there is a balance in the past to the future. We just have to step through that portal energy to get into the future of balance. All right, I hope that got your questions. What happens with the subpoena for the old Barbie? Is it still valid since she was fired? And this is Nancy Bell asking. And yes, that subpoena is still valid, both with Ice Barbie and with Bondi. So I don't think that, it depends on what whoever is bringing him in. I'm not following it that closely, but whoever the lead is on that and whatever strength Democrats have to push that forward, she is still required under law, whatever that means, to be there, to testify under oath. That's the key. You get all these knuckleheads spewing things. I think if you're in Congress, just my opinion, because it's for entertainment only, I think that if you are talking in Congress, it needs to be under oath. And they have, well, you can say anything you want. Well, you can say anything you want in closed doors, I think. But if it's on camera and other people are listening to you spew lies, that was my little rant. All right. What else? People are commenting on the 50s Rambler. And it was funny. AI even put a magazine up there that had Rambler on it. Yeah, sometimes AI is good. Will all the members of Congress in the Senate participate in inside or trading, either lose their seat this coming election or get into some financial trouble and be held accountable? Wow, that's a good question. Will they lose their seat? I'm not feeling it. Will they be held accountable? I'm not feeling it. Will the law change? Yes, but some are going to be held accountable. Some are going to go, oh, hell. I mean, you look at Marjorie Taylor Greene. She came in with how much money and she left with how much money? And wasn't she the one that wanted the Pelosi bill, where they said, Nancy Pelosi walked out with way too much money and thought insider trading and all that? Well, look at all the insider trading now with this, what do they call it? Something market, prediction market. A lot of money is being made there from Trump's cabinet and son. I do see his sons getting in a lot of financial trouble. So we'll get into that a little later on. So yeah, I think that was Jenny that said that. That was good. Yeah. And I think as soon as we kind of clear up our timelines a little bit, because it feels like we're on track and then it gets skewed, and then we're on track and then it gets skewed. And I thought that Elon was going to like go away, and now Starlink is coming out with a IPO, and the headlines are saying it could be the biggest IPO in history, which will make him a shitload more money. I remember reading on the billionaires. Well, let me just throw on that again, real quick. 6 cards. Will the billionaires, and will they start showing some compassion? Yeah? Will the billionaires start showing compassion and distributing their wealth in our lifetime? Will the billionaires tap into their heart? Will the billionaires in our lifetime start tapping into their heart space in our lifetime? Queen of Wands, getting some new information, being challenged by the Minor Dead card. 4 Swords. They're getting information that's going to lay them down. It's going to be like, is this legal information? Being really restricted. They were foolish in the past with what they were doing with their money. I keep hearing Bill Gates. And at the top of the reading is the battle. 5 of Wands. And then we get the best of democracy. The Star of Hope. I want to use this instead. Thank you. The Star of Hope. That's a yes card. But it's not without the battle. It's not without. So as we shift to the divine feminine energy of the planet, and I'm not talking about Kristi Noem's husband. That is the wrong divine feminine. Just saying. I said that with a pretty straight face. Oh my God. I just like the hypocrisy of these people who are so sanctimonious and going, oh, we believe in no trans, no changing, no nothing. Jesus needs to send bombs to blow people up and kill them. Thank you, Pope Leo. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I had to double check to see if that was real, because there was a AI thing on that. And I'm like, oh, man. Anyway. Okay, so are they going to be more heart-centered? Yes, with the Star of Hope, but it's not going to be without their fight. The Divine Feminine is going to come in, but this masculine toxicity of more is going to really hang on. But someone's going to jail. What is this? Or is it just their restrictedness? And I'm in my own little golden cage where I can't move. It's a big battle going on too. And I could see that. No, you can't take my money. In listening to Heather Cox Richardson talk about the New Deal and how people were fighting against that New Deal. Certain Republicans, I think, were they Republicans back then, that were, because the parties flipped, so, but there was a group of people that go, you can't keep giving away money, and that's, where we get this whole Reagan thing going, let's have the rich guys keep their money. Ooh, is that it? I heard Mandami in my head going, let's make this balance. Let's tax the rich. Oh, hell no, you cannot do that. And then you get the Star of Hope going, no, watch me. Okay, internally, you got the Nine of Coins. They're sitting in their little this card, this Nine of Coins card feels a lot like the Four of Pentacles, holding on real tight, but holding on tight with a lot of money. That's what it feels like. But with this Falcon, with that Falcon right there, there is something that is going to happen when that Falcon's head cover, I don't know what you call it, is off, and that Falcon can fly. Thank you. And it may happen fast. This lifetime, I said. Hopes and fears is it won't be too long, but it's looking at it from a different point of view. Final outcome is the Magician. Creating something. Yeah. New information. Bam, big information. And we have the Divine Feminine showing up in the Queen of Coins. Wow. So let me drop this down, and for those who are playing along, you can kind of see the spread as I threw it and see what you guys get with this. Are the billionaires going to start thinking with their heart versus their head? Thinking, I have so much of this money, I need to give it out to social services, help people on the path who are less fortunate than me. That used to be the government's job, but with Pumpkinhead in there and Russell Vogt saying, oh, hell no, we got a war to fight. We can't give money to Medicare, Medicaid, child care. That's what they're saying now. So we got big information, Ace of Wands, the Four of Swords, the Eight of Swords, the Fool, and the Five of Wands, and the Star of Hope. So I say yes, not without a fight. And then as we go to the future, we have the Nine of Coins, Eight of Wands happening really fast. In this big money comes out really fast. With Hopes and Fears, the Hangman looking at things from a different point of view, along with the Magician, turning something into a sleight of hand, creating something out of nothing. Big information comes in the Divine Feminine, Queen of Pentacles shows up that will share the wealth. Yay. Yay, 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 yay. Cool. All right, thank you. Thank you. Who asked that? I don't know. That might have been Jenny's question. Maybe it was Psychic Doug's question. When will the ETs get here? Hearing about this flash event. You know, they're around. And as I said in the first part of the video, I think there's going to be in 2 parts, but the first part of the video is set your vibrations up higher. And just be open. Look around. See what is shifting, shimmering. Yeah, okay. Go see what Gail and I said when we did our video last Wednesday. Although I thought that it was we could have gotten into it a little deeper. So I will later. And there is no right answer. You know, anyway, moving on. I remember Linda G can call them in really, really quick. Dr. Gail, she talks to him all the time. Me, I struggle with, come on now. I had some pretty cool stuff happen though. So maybe I should stop saying I struggle with it. Okay. Are we there yet? That was the title of the thing, the thumbnail. Are we there yet? I'm just going to read on it as real quick again, because I don't want this going forever. We got the Tower moment, and we got the 6 of Wands. We are moving towards there yet. Did that make sense? We are moving in that direction. We still have more Tower moment to go. We still have more destruction, shaking it down to the foundations to go. But it's becoming, this full moon, oh my God, what was revealed besides boobification? Sorry. I didn't even know that was a thing with people. I don't know, maybe I'm just naive. I'm just living in my own little duck pond. Okay, are we getting there? Yes, but not yet. Will he and his goons, Susan, will he and his goons still be in the White House by July 4th? I have stopped giving up on timelines. He should have been gone a long time ago. So I go, what are we still hanging on to? And instead of putting it out on them, I'm going, what are we still hanging on to? And I think about this with the podcasters, and I look at all the breaking news and the clickbait that we're getting, and I go, ooh, I want to click on that. So I want to keep that going. I don't know. I think as hard as it is for us to turn away from the slow-moving train wreck, I think that's really important to do, which is why I'm cutting down my political crazy videos, if I have them, dropping them as much as I can, although I'm not doing a very good job. This Sunday, I'm on with Sheila and Lori again, so we're going to be digging into the politics, but it's got to be less of the train wreck that we're watching, even though it is important. No kings is important. I hate the F this guy, F that, and all the F bombs. I do like the frog costumes, and I like the creative signs. I love the one. Even the introverts are here. I love that. All right. Let's keep going. Terrell. She goes, sitting in a car. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? I gotta pee. She goes, oh, that was the worst feeling when you had to go. All your dad would say was, you should have gone before we left the house. And you're thinking, but I did. And he wouldn't believe you. Hey, how many times have you been left on a road trip? My younger brother, we left him at a gas station. Oh my God. He was like 4 years old or something. And so we're all in a station wagon. And, you know, the kids are all screaming and yelling. And my baby brother, he'd always we'd always shove him in the back of the station wagon. You know, we don't want you around us. We're all grown-up kids. You know, we were 8, 6, not even 8. We were younger than that. Maybe my sister was 8. And so he'd get in the back. And so we're half hour later, my mom goes, hey, wake Billy up. Where's Billy? Oh my God. I still remember my mom screaming, turn around. So we pull into the gas station, and this is in Missouri. This is in the hick town in Missouri. And here, this is like a Norman Rockwell painting. Here my young brother is with this old elder of Missouri. And let me tell you, those hillbillies in Missouri had a lot of wisdom. If you let them talk, they had a lot of wisdom. And if you let them talk, that's wrong. Because you can't get them to shut up. But he was sitting with this elder on metal rocking chairs. I remember this clearly. Drinking a Coke. And he didn't want to get in the car. He goes, I like this guy. He goes, oh, I just thought, it didn't affect him any. It affected my mom a lot. And then when we told him that we kind of left him, then he kind of got, you did what? You did what? And I think it scarred him for life. Okay. Rambling. Okay, one more and then I got to go because I think I'm going to be putting up 2 videos. Obvious no trip, no seat belts. Okay, things were abrogating. Okay, so you know people think that just because Bondi's gone that it's going to be smooth sailing. I think Todd Blanche is going to be worse. Let's keep going. So people just liked the thumbnail. It was pretty good. Will subsidized housing survive in its current form? Not in its current form. Everything's changing. I think that we had a good idea in the past with FDR, but that's got all blowed up. It's all boobification now. Sorry, why do I keep saying that? Sophomore humor. I know I'm going to catch so much grief for that. You guys are going to go, would you stop with that boobification? Okay, I won't say boobification anymore, but it's really boobalicious. Sorry. Okay, all right. Will the next, another one from Jenny. Will the next administration change the Constitution? Or will they just add new laws? I see new laws. The way the Constitution is, it takes so long. Where is equal rights amendment? Why is that not into a constitutional amendment? It's so friggin' close. It was. I thought it was going to go through with Biden. It didn't. So No, I don't see it. But I do see new laws coming up. And stronger laws, really strong laws that have teeth in them, that say no, hell no. That you can't have an AG that is appointed by the president to do the president's. There's going to be some oversight to the Attorney General's office, however that is. And there's going to be a little more oversight in when we discover how stolen the election, okay, not us, but when it comes to light, how rigged this was, that last election, when the Democrats stopped getting so scared of saying, oh, well, I don't want to sound like him, and saying, oh, the election was rigged. The election was rigged. So let's take a look at that, my favorite subject, if I get the Queen of Cups. Hopium. And for me, that Queen of Cups card right now is just showing the Divine Feminine and how my little brother who we left at the gas station. I don't think I'm live. He just called. All right. What's going to happen? What's going to happen when the nation comes to grips with how our elections were adjusted? That's a very hopium word for stolen. What are we going to do? And I'm hearing, what's the world going to do? What's the world going to do when the U.S. comes to terms with our election was adjusted? We already knew that when in Florida with Bush v. Gore. We're seeing more and more of it. But the other side is still hanging on. What are we going to hopium? We're going to come together in the Two of Cups. Let's drop this down and see what we get. What's going to happen when we as a nation see, oh, we got played. We had our election muddled with. King of Swords. This is my Jack Smith card. Lots of legal stuff coming out. We get the Three of Cups, the Divine Feminine, circles of support. And in Florida, they would call it party time, dude. Oh, that's California, dude. But yeah, cheering, celebration. In the past is the abuse of power, not the abuse of power, the loss, the moral loss. In the past, the losing. At the top is the wish card, the Nine of Cups. Cheers, another cheers, another cheers. And in the potential near future, secrets coming to light. The Moon card. How many secrets came to light during this full moon? That filled me full of hopium. As we go into the future time stream, we get judgment. Internally, external forces. Some people switch this around different ways. So just however you read that, when you're setting out your deck, is the way you read it. So this is always internal for me. The external influences or the steel, the Seven of Swords. The steel. Hopes and fears. Tower moment. That we can rebuild from this theft, these secrets coming out. Here says yes. The next three cards may be telling a different story. We get the Emperor. Is the Emperor falling? Control. Is this what we now, what Pumpkinhead now thinks himself as? Or is this falling? Two of Coins, juggling, looking at different sides of things. Is it the economy? Well, of course, that's what James Carville would say. But manipulating votes, the Emperor manipulating votes, and the abuse of power. It just feels like it's just coming to light, but maybe he's going to be, he's going to keep going with this abuse of power. I'm going to keep going. Thank you. Because there is a balance coming together. Balance, balance. I'm going to pull three more, two more. Okay, after this one more. So here we have the Knight of Wands, new information coming. This is my overseas card, bringing information from overseas. And we have magic, the Magician showing up, creating something out of nothing. So it still feels to me with this reading, there's a lot of hopium here. There's a lot of uncertainty here. So even though there is judgment coming about the steel with the Emperor, he's still hanging on with this Five of Swords, but there is some balance. There is some news coming in from me, and there's some magic that seems to happen. Should we pull on the magic, looking at it from a different point of view? New information, fiery information, and the Queen of Coins, national security. Let's look at the base. We have the King of Coins, Pumpkinhead. We have the Ace of Swords, singular truth, new truth. The Lover's card, this could be MAGA coming to grips with that. And then we have the Knight of Swords, bringing forth some legal things. This card, though, I like that he's holding the sword by the blade. He's not wielding it like this abuse of power card with the Five of Swords. So maybe they're saying, you know what? Time to sheath that sword. So a little confusing. I don't think I got some hopium. We just have to see how it plays out a little bit in the future. I do think that we're going to get some big changes coming when that comes out. It feels like there's going to be still some people that don't believe it, do believe it. I don't know. All right. Thank you guys. I did 2 videos and they're super long. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being here. Anything else you want to say, Psychic Duck? I didn't say hi to people on this video. If you do too. Okay, you want to say hi? Hi everybody. Good to see you. All right. We'll see you soon, right? We'll see you Saturday, Sunday, and we'll see you. And we'll see you. Okay, peace and love.